Hi, my name is Brianna Lopez. I'm 25 years old and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I want to thank you for giving me the chance to be up here tonight. Honestly, even just standing on the stage feels surreal because for most of my life, I never thought I'd actually take up space like this. I was the girl everyone praised for being so quiet. You're so calm, so well behaved. It was meant as a compliment, I guess, and for a while I believed it was a good thing. I believed that staying quiet made me easier to love, or at least easier to be around. So I learned to smile and nod, even when I wanted to scream. I learned to listen, even when I had something to say. I faded into the background, thinking that maybe if I didn't speak too loudly, I'd be safe from judgment, from rejection, from being misunderstood. But silence has a weight. And after years of carrying it, I realized it was never mine to hold. Because I do have a voice. I have thoughts, I have feelings, I have something to say, and I deserve to say it. This stage, this moment, it's not just about singing for me. It's not just about chasing a dream. It's about reclaiming everything I kept inside for way too long. It's about finally saying to the world, I was never meant to whisper. I was never meant to hide. I was never just the quiet girl. Tonight, I'm not here to blend in. I'm not here to be small. I'm not here to apologize for being loud or emotional or bold. I'm here because this is what I was born to do. I'm here because my voice deserves to be heard. And if there's anyone out there who has ever been told they were too much or not enough, I hope you hear me and know you're not alone. So I'm ready. I'm ready to stop shrinking. I'm ready to stop waiting for permission. I'm ready to speak. Thank you.
They said she's so sweet when she's quiet, like silence was some kind of crown. But they never saw the fire I kept choking down. Told me not to talk too loudly, not to cry where they could see. So I learned to be invisible, even when I couldn't breathe. I wore my silence like armor, but it never kept me warm. I smiled through every moment. They never asked what I was smiling for. But I was never meant to whisper. I was born to sing and scream. I was never made for hiding. I was made to chase a dream. You called me quiet, like it was gold. But silence was never my goal. There's a war behind these brown eyes, 1,000 words I never said. I kept peace to keep them happy, while my truth just bled. I tried to fit their story, play the part they wrote for me. But I'm breaking every sentence that never let me be free. I wore my silence like armor, but it cracked beneath the weight of all the things I buried just to make me feel safe. But I was never meant I won't shrink for your comfort. I won't disappear. No, I was never meant to whisper. I was born to break the mold. I was never made for shadows. I was born to be bold. You called me quiet, but I took control. And silence was never my goal. No more hiding, no more smoke. This is my voice, and I'll use it all.
Brianna, wow, just wow. I've been judging this show for a long time, and every now and then someone walks on this stage and doesn't just perform, they leave a mark. Tonight, that was you. From the second you started singing, it wasn't just a song, it was a story, it was your truth, and I could feel every word, every line cut through the noise and land straight in the heart. You know, we meet a lot of talented people, great voices, impressive skills, big stage presence, but what sets someone apart is when they stop performing and start connecting. That's what you did. You didn't just hit notes, you told the world who you are, and that takes real courage. What struck me the most wasn't just your voice, it was your vulnerability, the way you stood there completely exposed, letting the tears fall, letting the truth out. It was raw, it was honest, and it was unforgettable. You said in your lyrics that silence was never your goal, and tonight you proved that. Loud and clear, you proved that your voice matters, that your story matters, and that you matter. There are millions of people out there who've been told to stay small, to be quiet, to not make waves. But tonight you gave all of them permission to speak up, to be seen, to be heard. And I want to say this as clearly as I can. You don't have to shrink anymore. You don't have to dim your light for anyone. You're not just the quiet girl in the background anymore. You are a force. And if this is what happens when you stop holding back, I can only imagine what's ahead of you. You know, we often ask ourselves what this show is really about. Is it talent? Is it entertainment? Is it a moment? Well, tonight you reminded me this show is about truth, and yours just rang out loud and powerful. So thank you, Brianna. Thank you for trusting us with your truth. Thank you for showing up, not just as a singer, but as yourself. That was more than a performance. That was a breakthrough. And I will be honest, I'll never forget it.